Well, folks, good morning. Kind of move this way. Was there enough donuts? Can you hear back in the back? Great. Well, welcome to all of you. Appreciate you coming out to the Anthony Ragnone Wastewater Treatment Plant for the latest edition of the facilities that'll take us into the 21st century. You know, I kind of figured we might smell the treatment plant this morning, and I could use John O'Brien's favorite saying, you smell it, it's the smell of money. But fortunately, you can't smell it this morning, so you're doing a great job, the staff and crew out here. There's two things we're celebrating today, and they both start with the digester system that we're standing between right now. The digesters, which cost around $34 million, is a big step to solve two of our problems. One is the high cost of electricity, and the other is the cost of landfill versus land app. Let's see if I can make this work. I know you can't see it from way back here, but we have the digesters. Does two things for us. It extracts the gas out of the waste stream, and this was built by Granger Construction. Did a great job for us. It was around $34 million, and they used several of our local building trades folks, which I'll call out here in a little while. That gas is going to a facility that's being built by E&L Construction, a local firm who's done great work for us in the past, about $13 million. That gas will be turned into electricity, which will be used to operate our existing wastewater treatment facility, the largest one in this part of the state of Michigan. It should, if everything works out as the engineers say, save us about 75–80% on our electric bill, which is considerable for this facility. As a matter of fact, the Genesee County Water and Waste Services is the second largest energy consumer in Genesee County, behind General Motors. So we use a lot of electricity throughout the area to keep the environment and the public health good for our people. The other thing the digesters do is reduce the solids by about 40%. That goes to a set of centrifuges, which we're also here to celebrate today, which reduces the volume even further. And that was built by Sorensen Gross, another local firm, $10.5 million. By reducing the volume, we reduce our landfill costs. Because what we used to do is take that waste sludge or cake, put it on farm fields, which is good for the farm fields, but we can no longer do that, so we have to take the landfill. So by taking it to landfill, we reduce the volume, reduce our cost. So it all starts with the digesters and the centrifuges, which reduce our volume, reduce our cost to the landfill. Digesters create the gas, which creates electricity, which runs our facilities. And that's what's taking us into the 21st century today. All three of these systems were designed by AECOM, and they were funded by the County Board of Commissioners and the state of Michigan through ARPA funds. You have to excuse me, my sinuses are tough today. They were all funded by ARPA funds. Low interest loans from the state, and by the people of the community. That's better. There will be a tour of all these facilities afterwards, if you would like to. We have a few speakers today. First of all, I'd like to recognize some of the local subcontractors that work with Granger and E&L and Sorensen Gross, Metcalf Electric, Platinum Mechanical, J Rank, and Halligan were all of the local companies that worked on these projects. We put a lot of people to work, put a lot of payroll into the community. So, I've spoken up. I might say a few words later. The lady that is the head of our Water and Waste Advisory Board, Barbara Baker-Omerod's been the chairman of that board for several years now. I'd like her to come up and say a few words.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Hold on, Trip.
I don't know if that goes on or not.
Oh, yell loud enough. Welcome, everybody, to this great ceremony. This is a great day for all of our communities. We are very lucky to have a drain commissioner that is so forward-thinking and looking to the future of what is necessary to continue our communities going and being healthy and being ahead of the curve. Welcome. Thank you very much.
Short and sweet, that's how we like them. Jasper Martis, our state rep from this area, who was also very helpful in getting some of the funding for this and many other projects. Jasper's been doing a great job for us throughout the community. Come on up, Jasper. Good job, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. Today is really government at its best. Oftentimes the things that we can get done on behalf of the government, in partnership with the government, is not what's sexy, it's not what you put on a bumper sticker, but it's what has real world implications for our community. So when you look at the folks gathered here today, we're here because of a strong public-private partnership, a strong partnership from all levels of government. And what are we here to do? We're here to protect our environment, we're here to try to lower costs, and we're here to provide good paying jobs for our union brothers and sisters. So today is a huge victory for our community. It's a lesson that when we work together, we can really get good things done. There's a lot of division in Lansing. There's a lot of arguments between both sides of the aisle, but as I was talking to some folks early on, the Genesee County delegation on both sides of the aisle is very, very strong. And we come together, we look at what's going to be best for our community, and try to do right by our community by funding projects like this. So we're very thankful for the local buy-in from organized labor, from local elected officials, and when we can come in to help, that's what we want to do. So congratulations, and thank you so much for your strong partnership.
Thank you. This time, I'd also like to thank Waste Management for a couple of things. Number one, they funded the donuts, the tents, and they're becoming, I hope, a long-term partner with the Genesee County Water and Waste Services Division. As I said earlier, we're no longer doing land app, and unfortunately, because of the federal regulations, we're going to be going to landfill. And because of that, we've been working with Waste Management to have a long-term contract, which I believe is one of the first efforts in the state or this region to have a contract with the private sector to take our waste cake once we're done dewatering, taking the gas out of it, etc. So I want to thank Waste Management for stepping up to the plate to help fund this event, but secondarily to be thinking ahead enough to realize that these long-term relationships with the public sector are good for all of us. Thank you, Waste Management. So this brings us to a gentleman that is well versed in utility infrastructure and the way that it can help bring economic development to our area. And that's Steve Dawes, the UAW Region 1D Director. I appreciate him coming out today and saying a few words. He's been to some of our other events, and Steve certainly appreciates what infrastructure can do to make our community ready and available for any of the new technologies that are coming our way, hopefully. Come on up, Steve.
Well, good morning, everyone. I got to echo what the young lady said. We have the best drain commissioner around, and I'll tell you, it's always like to get invited out here, Jeff, to see these projects. It's always really great for me to come out and see the projects, really see the work that my brother and sisters from the building trades around this community do. If you get a chance to look at some of this stuff, man, look at all the angles, everything. It's not only functional and does exactly what it's designed to do, but it looks good, clean, nobody gets hurt, it's all safe. That's what you get when you get good union labor. But I'll tell you, whether it's this project or some other projects that Jeff's done, I'm going to take just a little minute to kind of give you a little history here so you understand just the importance of this stuff is, right? If you go back to when we talked about the Carragandi water line, a lot of controversy over the water line, and there's even a lot of people that didn't like, they voted against stuff like this, you know what I mean? And that thing has been nothing but a success. We have done projects, water lines through Fenton, which was badly needed. The water tower over on Beecher Road, the water tower in Burton, and that goes on and on and on. And here a few Augusts ago, when the Detroit water line bust, who was it that turned the water line that saved every hospital in Genesee County would have been shut down, wasn't for this guy right here. So that's just part of it, right? So that's the water part. Now, once all this water goes to our homes and our community, whether you're brushing your teeth, or you're taking a shower, you're doing your dishes, or you're flushing that little toilet, somewhere that water that he was so great in bringing over to us now turns into this, which turns into money, like you said before. So, and I don't know the total savings, but when you look at now, by the time this project is done, being able to save the cost of electricity and the long-term agreement with waste management to reduce the landfill and save money, all of that money goes out to you and I. That's millions and millions of dollars that we will not have to spend in this county for electric and for landfill. So Jeff, I just can't say enough about what you do for this community, and it's very, I will say you're like an unsung hero. And I call Jeff all the time because he knows more about water than water knows itself. And now I got this, now I'm going to be able to say, you know something more about something else than they know about itself. So it's all good stuff, Jeff. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. I appreciate those words, but I do have to give 99.9% of the credit to the 200 employees that work for the Genesee County Water and Waste Services Division, and the engineers that we hire, and the suppliers and the contractors. It's easy to sit back and ask people to do things, but it's the people that work for the office and the vendors that supply the office that really make it work for us. So I appreciate all of you very, very much. Okay. Our newest congressperson is Kristen McDonald Rivet. She couldn't be here today, but she sent a representative, Kevin Hayes. Kevin represents the Congresswoman, and we want to thank her and the rest of our delegation for helping us get some of the funds. Altogether, we got close to 15 million in ARPA funds, clean energy funds, and low interest rates to build the 3 facilities I talked about earlier. So we really appreciate it. It made it affordable for us without raising the rates to the people. And that's an important thing to, I guess, concentrate on. We spent this $60+ million. And because of my staff and because of the outside funding, we did not have to raise sewer rates 1 penny to pay for any of this. This was all paid for with existing funds. So come on up, Kevin Hayes. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Yes, sir, anytime. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Congresswoman McDonald-Rivet, I just wanted to be here today to extend our sincere congratulations to the Genesee County Drain Commission, the Water and Waste Services staff, Commissioner Wright, our partners in labor, and Montrose Township on this incredible project. Anytime we have a collaboration between our federal, state, and local partners where we can create cleaner, safer, more reliable and efficient energy for our constituents is a great day. And again, we're just incredibly grateful to all that were involved in bringing this project to fruition. So thank you very much.
Is Commissioner Cousineau here potentially? I don't know if they had a board meeting this morning or not, but I want to thank Commissioner Cousineau, the Finance Chair, Commissioner Dr. Beverly Brown. Are you here? No. Who was also very supportive of these projects, and the whole Board of Commissioners, from the chairman on down, because they're the ones that authorized the ARPA funds that went into these projects. So I put a thanks out to all the commissioners and wish they could have been here. Sam Muma, our newest Genesee County Treasurer. I see he's here. Sam, did you want to say a few words? The staff's doing a great job. Great catch, huh? Daniel Gaudette, Business Manager for the UA Local 370 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. I saw you here. Did you want to say anything other than go trades, go builder, plumbers and pipe fitters? We'll probably have another event in a month or so out to the Thompson Road facility for our latest water tower that was put up at Thompson and Fenton Road. So be looking for that. Gregory Remington, the IBEW Local 948 electrical workers. Thanks for coming out today. Mike, I hear you might want to say something. Mike Randick, President of the Iron Workers Local 25, who has been since 1998 a supporter of mine. And I certainly appreciate that. Come on up. Thanks for coming, Mike.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Randick. I'm the president of the GLS Building Trades here in Genesee, Lapeer, Shiawassee. Represent 14 principal trades in the building trades. So we appreciate the long-standing relationship we've had with the Genesee County Drain Commissioner. You want to see what we do? Look around, because our hands has been on everything. I'm the business manager of Ironworkers Local 25 in Detroit and represent 64 counties. So I got two hats I wear, one for the building trades, one for the ironworkers. So, and I also want to thank Mr. Wright for his vision, because the guy's a very smart guy, right? And he develops a lot of stuff that it's nowhere around, right? We work on wastewater treatment plants across the country, and we don't do near the stuff like we do here. So I'd like to have another round of applause for Jeff Wright.
When Mike says look around, he means it. When you go through these facilities, look at the precision of the work, the cleanliness of the work, the operational functional aspect of the work. You know, I was asked when I first became Drain Commissioner why I preferred the building trades. The simplest way I can put it is I don't have to worry about it being done wrong and have to be done over again. They do it right the first time, and that's really all I have to say. They do it right the first time. So thanks again to all the trades folks that are here today. I understand Commissioner Kuzno, are you here? Come on up, Commissioner. Commissioner Kuzno is the head of the finance for Genesee County, and he's instrumental in helping us get the ARPA funds that help build these facilities, and he helps us look forward into the future of the 21st century. Thanks, Commissioner. Thanks for coming out.
I didn't come out here to speak. I guess I'm supposed to say a few words. I didn't come out here to do that, but I appreciate everybody showing up for this. And this is a large project that the Drain Commissioner has been put forward, and it's an asset to the county as a whole. And I really appreciate everything that he's done. I see a lot of different celebrities out here, etc. And so I'm glad you came out to hear this announcement. Thanks.
Thanks, Commissioner. Appreciate it. Okay. Fred Sawyer, I mentioned Waste Management earlier as being the event sponsor. I don't know, Fred, you want to say a few words about Waste Management? You're more than welcome. Just to reiterate what I've already said, they funded the event today, and I'm very hopeful, and I'm almost positive we're going to have a long-term agreement with Waste Management to take our waste cake for years to come, which will avoid a lot of problems for us and help solve a lot of their issues with their leachate. So we really look forward to a long-term public-private partnership with Waste Management in Genesee County. I don't have much left to say on the closing remarks, except I appreciate everybody that came out today. Sorensen Gross, Granger Construction, E&L for building and constructing these beautiful facilities, all the building trades folks that worked on them, all the staff, and all the people that also were part of this project. You might as well leave it down because it'll blow over again. And enjoy the donuts from Donna's. The coffee's quite cold. I apologize for that. Next time we'll try to make it a little warmer. And I appreciate the media coming out today. This is a big event for Genesee County to move into the 21st century. So thank you very much for coming out today. Anybody that wants to tour the whole facility is more than welcome to stay. And we've got people that will take you around. Thanks again. And we do have the shovels and the hard hats for the project just beyond this tower that E&L is constructing, for anybody that wants to get pictures of the groundbreaking ceremony itself. These facilities are already running, so there's no ribbon cutting, but we can do a groundbreaking if you'd like. We'll move some of the shovels over to that area very shortly. Thanks again.